Dr. Moore, thank you for your time. Talk about your blueprint and why you think it's the one that will work the best for the some 18,000 students in the Indian River County public school system.
We spent a lot of time creating a plan that is flexible, that allows every single family in the school district of Indian River County to look at the options that are available to make a choice that is right for them. The plan is designed in a way to ensure balance. So we have three options. One, which is the typical return to school brick and mortar experience. Then option two, which is a virtual platform driven process with a school teacher from the Indian River County behind that platform, providing local support to those students. And then our third option, which is a transitional model. This is following a bell schedule, live teaching taking place within a virtual environment. This is an opportunity to minimize the number of students that are on campus. We have over 98% of our students who have gone in and made the commitment to one of these three options, which gives us the information that we need to plan for a very effective opening of schools, regardless of the option in which you've selected. So your next question will be, well, how many have selected?
You're clairvoyant, among other things.
We are right around 60% of our students to returning to the brick and mortar experience, with about 20% in each of those two different and virtual models that I've explained to you.
Doctor, teachers around the state and certainly teachers unions have expressed concern about teachers coming back into classrooms. What kind of expressions of concerns have you had there? Do you believe all teachers will show up? What do you do to ensure both student safety, of course, first and foremost, also teacher safety on campus? What kind of procedures will be in place?
Well, this is we're not trying to fly the plane and build at the same time. This isn't let's figure this out as we go plan. We've been in deep dialogue and conversation with our unions from the onset. We've already created and established an MOU. We were the first district in the state to create an initial MOU. We continue to problem solve.
MOU?
Memorandum of Understanding. So certain refinements within our contract based on this new reality. We've agreed on how we're going to do this. We established a task force which included union leadership, community members, principals, and teachers, really to have an open conversation and dialogue about how we get this done. So is there concern? Absolutely. Am I concerned? Absolutely. Do we have a balanced plan that ensures that we can maximize social distancing? We can have masks in place in order to ensure that we are safe and healthy. With a number of students who are selecting to go to the virtual experiences, we really have an opportunity to maximize or to reduce class size in our particular school. So we have our teachers back for 15 days of work, really to come into the buildings, create those spaces for our children, have a deep understanding of what these new procedures are. So when we go live, we're all on the same page about how we get this done.
Doctor, talk about the concerns that have been expressed, not only locally, but statewide and nationally, about the sudden move to distance learning in the spring, and about students perhaps being behind and having to really start and climb a mountain as school begins again. What is your message to students, to parents and teachers? Because we're in a whole new world, as you know better than anybody, with these new methods. How do we make sure we get everybody back up to par, back up to speed with COVID overhanging everything?
Well, the conversation, the school district of Indian River County has always been about just not getting kids back to school, but providing them opportunities to return to meaningful instructional environments, regardless of the environment that they choose. So one of the things that we did is we just didn't, close down the school year. We had our administrators go through a 10-week series of professional development, looking at leadership skills, looking at instructional environments to ensure and we were prepared for whatever the reality was as we walked into what would be a new school year. So we really built a lot of momentum in the investment of ourselves and having a deeper understanding on how to provide quality instruction to students. Having the 15 days available to us in pre-planning is key to ensure the success of those meaningful instructional environments. So constant professional development, understanding what good instruction looks like, what our look-fors in e-learning experiences, connecting those teachers across schools who are in these new experiences really to plan and work together to put together meaningful instructional environments. So a lot of planning, and now we're in the midst of creating and building our skill sets to ensure success as we move to implementation.
Final quick question for students at home, especially those who may not have a computer or computers at home. Do you feel confident that everybody in the virtual environment will have the tools they need at home to be as much a part of the learning experience as those coming back?
Absolutely. We did not ask for students to return their devices as we went into summer. We've already had 4 laptop distributions. We have another 4 walking into the school year. And, let's be honest, as we implement this plan, we need for every single child to be ready to move to a virtual environment, depending if we have a social isolation process, or if there's a shutdown or cleaning of the school. We need to have those systems already thought of and prepared for. So some of the things our teachers are doing now are preparing for what happens if I have to isolate for a number of days. We want to be able to move right into a virtual environment to continue the instruction without losing 1 minute of instruction.